Excuse me, you're about to be bumping into me. Are you okay? Okay, I've been here charging my phone. You can't be bumping into me. That's not right. I'm turned back.
I'm
See
not
you.
bumping into you. The way they were cooking.
Yeah, you like,
I'm not touching
you were
you.
acting drowsy and stuff. I just don't want you to bump into me. Okay,
I'm not
I don't
doing
have a
that.
problem with you. My back is turned. I was feeling somebody moving behind me.
Hey, you have three fractured legs. I'm not trying to cause a problem for nobody.
I'm sorry. I'm not looking for any trouble. I'm an homeless foreigner, just minding my business. Recording stuff. I've been getting harassed in this neighborhood. Sometimes they send little kids to beat me up in this neighborhood on Fulton Street, just one block away from here, by the Macy's. Oh, when I call the police, they laugh along. They don't help me.
No, they
So I've
don't.
been recording earlier, and I'm going to contact Homeland Security that they need to deploy their federal agents. They're terrorizing foreigners, the Black American gangs, and the NYPD is playing along. And the FBI is raiding these Eric Adams, and they love these Black Americans, and they're not saying why. I don't know if it's related to me. My mother was killed by daughters who were born here in New York, Brooklyn, and my mother was born in Nigeria, and my mother said that daughters are part of a gang, especially Bolanle. You know, so I don't know if the gang is after me also, and this Eric Adams refused to help me as the mayor. The court issued an order since the 1990s that people like me that were removed from the basement apartment by the police have to be given a hotel room. I was vacated from a basement apartment. They said the basement apartment doesn't meet the building code. And the Brooklyn Supreme Court issued an order that anytime the police takes you out of your basement apartment because the basement apartment doesn't meet the building code, they have to put you in a hotel room. And Eric Adams is putting Black Americans in my situation in hotel rooms, and I've been contacting him and refused to do that. I believe for xenophobic reasons. Because some Black Americans don't like Africans, they say Africans sold them to slavery. So my mother's daughter, by their virtue of being born in America, they speak American English, and I believe some Black American guys will be hiring them that to possibly, because my mother's daughters are into insurance fraud. So I don't know if their daughters have insurance policy on me. They killed my mother for insurance fraud money. I was recording my mother while she was alive telling me this, and within a weeks later, our daughters feigned mental illness when I got her killed. So I don't need anybody bumping into me, provoking me. I'm not a fighter. I'm not looking to get beaten to death. So U.S. Department of Homeland Security, foreigners are getting attacked in downtown Brooklyn near the Brooklyn Federal Court where Eric Adams is supposed the aides to Eric Adams that are being raided may be likely arraigned. They said there's a Chinese lady also. I don't know how to pronounce her name real good. She was working for Como and ex-governor Como, and she's an ex-aide to she's an ex-aide to ex-governor Como of New York State and the current governor Hocho. Oko, I don't know how to pronounce her name, or Governor Oko of New York State. So they're going to be arraigned in this neighborhood where the Brooklyn Federal Court is. It's just like Brooklyn Federal Court is like, say, 10 blocks away from here. And there's Black American guys intimidating me. And under the Como administration also, I was always getting beat up by Black Americans. And some Chinese who would also join in to harass me. And some Turkish who also harass me. So, it's almost like this foreign government trying to, they're using their agents to terrorize me, to try to get me killed by the police. Because anytime this Chinese will attack me, I'll call 911 to get them arrested, and the police won't help me. And they'll try to get me more angry. And at that time, the police were killing blacks like George Floyd. This was around 2019. And the police had already put me in the psych ward after a guy was taunting me. I was sitting down in 2019 in front of the train station at Bay Ridge and 4th Avenue. And this guy was touching me in a sexual molestation way. In front of the police camera. So I told him to stop doing that. And then the police came and knocked me down and choked me, put me in the psych ward. They almost killed me. It was bystander. I told him to stop. Then I was just getting provoked by a lot of Chinese and Turkish type agents. And it was like they were just interested in destabilizing America. And they were trying to get black vulnerable people like me, homeless on the street, killed by the police by getting us in some confrontation, luring people like me to get into confrontation with their agents and stuff. And when the police arrived, they would hassle me because they had a very low view of black foreigners. Even every governor, he was a black American male. After the police kicked me out of my home on Staten Island in 2013, I filed a lawsuit at the Brooklyn Federal Court because they have jurisdiction over Staten Island. Staten Island don't have a federal court. I said the police broke into my home, a basement apartment, and they violated federal law because the Constitution says you have a right to be secure in your property. So I sued them in federal court here in Brooklyn, which has jurisdiction over Staten Island. And every governor promised to be helping me. I was recording every governor, saying he was going to help me. Weeks later, the police went and struck him dead. Found some flimsy excuse that he was selling cigarettes. At the same spot where I was recording every corner, which is in front of a Spanish restaurant on Bay Street and Victor Boulevard. And they never contacted me to testify in court. And also the FBI is raiding this S. Como age. I think her name is, I don't know her name. I don't want to mispronounce her name. There's a Chinese lady that lives in Long Island with her husband. And during, around the time they said she was working for Como, that was the time there were a lot of Chinese and Turkish people, like agents, trying to set me up to fight. Yeah, and then the police would be invited, and the police would treat me very cruelly, like try to provoke me some more, so they could make me look like I'm a public safety. And it seems like this foreign interest or the main purpose of these agents or whoever they are, Chinese and Turkish people, were just trying to get me to be killed by the police. We're trying to create an encounter with the police, and they love the black encounters with the police, but ended up fatal. Whether George Floyd, and the police also choked me, you know. So I'm experiencing a lot of provocation. So please, Department of Homeland Security, send your police here to Fulton Street, in front of Macy's. That's where I normally get attacked. At nighttime, a lot of black Americans come and punch me. They just use little kids. So from Fulton and Flatbush Extension, which has Long Island University nearby, there's the Macy's here on Fulton Street. So you know what I'm talking about. I'm 1 block away from the Fulton Street right now. I'm using the phone charger here. That's what I meant. But usually I be on Fulton Street. So there's a black American gang terrorizing foreigners, beating us up at night. And I believe they may be working for a gang that my mother's daughter are part of. And they've been trying to kill me for insurance fraud policy and trying to like beat me up so bad. And how the police take me to the hospital where they hold the hospital. I don't know if they're going to bribe the hospital to kill me, because they make me look like I'm a crazy homeless just fighting little kids. The kids will surround me like a guerrilla warfare and start beating me up, and they'll be recording and laughing. So it's been occurring over and over again. So please feel sure it's not safe. They're using little kids to attack, foreigners. And when it comes to the children attacking an adult, people may take sides with the children. That look, I'm homeless, I'm a foreigner. They may just think I'm having a mental health issue, and they hope to get me killed that way, maybe inflict injuries, and so that my mother's daughter will cash in. So there's a black American gang. I think they're interested in reparation. And since the U.S. government wouldn't give them reparation over slavery, I think they brought a lawsuit against the U.S. government for reparation, and the law says slavery's been over for 500 years, and these are the descendants of slaves, and under the law, you can't take it's not actionable. Only the real victims can sue. So I think that they're trying to find a way to maneuver the court by holding foreigners like me at ransom and using fraudulent purposes. So this is Livingston and White. My camera's not really picking it up. So in front of the next street there is Fulton Street. That's where the attack occurs. All the way to the Brooklyn Law School. Brooklyn Law School to down here to where the McDonald's is. Fulton and Flatbush to Fulton and Court Street. So this is an area whereby they attack the same black American kids to jump foreigners at night. They start surrounding you, punching you, beating you, and be recording it. And I believe they think that if it's little kids against a homeless foreigner, people would believe the little kids, that maybe it's just a homeless foreigner probably having a mental health issues and attacking little kids. And they hope to get me killed and cash in. So I believe this is child endangerment, this is child trafficking, and it's either that or they bring little kids to be calling me Baba Mama, you know, and I'm wondering what is going on. I've been all over the world, I've never seen little kids call another person Baba Mama. So it appears that this gang is also into child trafficking. There was a black American actress. Her husband sued her at the time they filed for divorce. Said he had instructed her, the black American actress had instructed him to go and adopt a baby orally. So there was no written agreement. And she said, it's lying. It's just it's just being malicious, that she never told him to adopt a baby. She said they never had a child during their marriage. So that means if the divorce, there wasn't going to be any child support payment. But towards the end of the marriage, they said the black American guy husband went and adopted a child, and which the wife said she didn't told him to adopt the child, but he claimed she told him already to adopt the child, and the court sided with them. That oral agreement is actionable under American law, and they believe him, so she has to pay him child support. She was richer, she was the actress, it was just a regular guy. So they said the richer person pays the poorer person in marriage. So for 21 years, she was hooked. She was hooked onto him to be paying child support. So they said under American law, anybody can go to court and say you told them to go and create a baby for you. So they're trying to kill me because I'm worth a lot of money. The U.S. immigration arrested me wrongfully in 2000. I had a green card stamp in my passport. The U.S. immigration can investigate my A number 7795468. You can see my passport in July when you arrested me in 2000. I had a green card stamp on my passport, but you still arrested me as I was an alien without a green card. So you roughly arrested me. I'm trying to sue your U.S. immigration. So I believe this gang is aware. I may get a lot of money. For you wrongfully arrested me. I couldn't go finish college on time. So they're trying to kill me and claim I ordered, black Americans to be making babies for me. So if I'm dead, all the money will go to the black American babies. So they say under American law, you can claim somebody told you to go have a baby, that they want you to be the surrogate. And they'll pay, and I think that this black American gang things believe if they have a family member, like my mother's daughter, Bolanle, and Flora, to testify in court, I love telling people to go have babies from, so the courts will believe them. So they're holding Africans for ransom. A black American gang has gone haywire, has gone, real rogue, and they hope to hold Africans ransom, possibly kill us, and use it to make money in the court. So the police also took my home wrongfully in 2010. Arigona was trying to help me. They took Arigona dead. So I believe this black American believes this is time for a real payback, because I'm an African and I'm about to make all this money. Arigona died while he was trying to help me, and the court wouldn't send us Arigona killer to court. So this is a ethnic attack. America is not safe to host the World Cup 2026. There's going to be a lot of Africans coming. Department of Homeland Security, bring your federal agents. The broken federal court is here. You can get your federal agent to monitor the streets undercover and everything. They're endangering black American kids, telling them to attack foreigners. They will jump you like a gorilla ambush and chase you in front of moving cars, trying to get you killed. And they'll be recording it. There's a black American guy, even as a black American basketball player. One time I got beat up like that by black American kids in 2021 around December. Eric Adams, I just won the mayorship December. I was closer to the Brooklyn Nets Stadium. And all of a sudden, it was close to December. Eric Adams, I just won the mayorship election. And it wasn't supposed to become inaugurated until January. But it was acting like he was already mayor. It was imposing himself. It was actually like an imposter. Say he's already mayor. So he can't wait to get up to the job. He's hitting the ground running early. But that's been an imposter, because the other mayor's term doesn't run until January 2022. But by December 2021, Eric Adams was already, showing up everywhere, having meetings with the fire department, in which they said he got money from the Turkish government allegedly to approve the Turkish embassy, which the FBI is investigating. The Turkish embassy new building in Manhattan was a fire hazard, but they said, while he had just won the election, the Turkish government paid him allegedly money so to make it look like, the other mayor was the one that approved the building. So they said so the building was quickly approved after they paid the money allegedly. So I'm not caught up in the mix whereby some black Americans are attacking me, and this mayor is so corrupt. I also reached out to him to honor the agreement, the court order since 1990s that anybody vacated from the basement apartment, because they say basement apartment don't meet the building codes of New York City. So the Brooklyn Supreme Court says anytime somebody's vacated, the city of New York has to provide us with a hotel room. And this requirement has been provided black Americans that vacated with hotel rooms, and I've been reaching out to him. It won't provide me with hotel rooms, so it's leaving me out on the street. It's to endanger my life, so I can be easily accessible to the black Americans' kids at night. There's a gang sign, so sometimes I fall asleep sitting on a chair on Fulton Street across the next block from here, and I wake up to getting punched by black American kids. They chase me from moving cars. So they're trying to get me killed, and to make it look like an accidental killing, so that my mother's daughter can get money. Possibly, she might file the insurance policy on me, because my mother said that she's into insurance policy fraud. My mother told me that blindly. I've never talked with her for like 20 years, for a long time now, maybe briefly on the phone after my mother died. And she went and took the body out of New York to bury her. Without my permission, she went and submitted a document to the medical examiner's office that authorized her to take my mother's body out of the medical examiner's office. I never authorized her. She filed a fake attestation. So she's just committing crimes. I'm a transgender. She was born as a female, and I guess so they allow children of Africans to abuse, if they're born in America, to abuse their family members, because I guess the American government doesn't give a damn about Africans. I was arrested by U.S. Immigration in 2000. Even though there was a similar case before I was arrested. There was the case of Elan Gonzalez. I think that occurred in 1998. When Elan Gonzalez came to America, his mother died, and I was in Africa monitoring the news report. Even the TV stations in Africa was monitoring the news report. The whole was so interested in that case. So my case is like the reverse of Elan Gonzalez. Elan Gonzalez was a child that, his mother was trying to bring him to the U.S. to escape the father, but the mother died in a shipwreck, but the child survived, and the father said they want the child back in Cuba. So the U.S. government got the child, took him out of the cousin's hand, and returned him to Cuba. They said U.S. has to abide by the law that says families must be kept together, and parents must be kept with their child. I was under 21 when my mother brought me here with a green card. In 2000, I was 19. Under U.S. immigration law, I'm still under 20. I'm considered a child. And I was arrested at JFK Airport, even though I had a green card stamp on my passport. Please review my file number at 779546228. You see my passport had a U.S. green card stamp on it. They said children are not allowed with my mother, under a visa category. So I was declared an alien without visa. They lied and put me in prison, and my fingerprint was sent to the FBI. So for many years I couldn't finish college. So I believe these black American gangs believe, oh wow, the whites have abused this African. We're going to join in and get whatever is left out of this African. So please, they're abusing black American kids, for them to be jumping us foreigners. FIFA, don't bring the work up here. The U.S. federal agent needs to take over this Brooklyn. There's a black American gang, and there's a U.S. rapper, Damon Lillard, Sharon. Because there was a time I got beat up by black American gang, and they were using their leg to kick me. My mother said her daughter knows Taekwondo, Judo. She likes to kick people. She's a very good kick. She beat up a white family she was staying with in Pennsylvania while she was like 15. She was arrested. She dislocated the bone. So she's a very deadly fighter. From the early age, she knows how to beat up people. The white family my mother sent her to live with, the Bob and Carla Anderson in Pennsylvania. They had to arrest her, put her in juvenile detention, and she was given to a foster parent. This was when she was 15 or 16 years old. This was in the 1990s. So now my mother says she's not a member of a black American gang, a deadly gang, and a U.S. basketball player is cheering them on. Because my mother said her daughter, Bolani, just wants to get married. She couldn't get nobody to marry her. So I don't know what's the connection between her and this U.S. basketball player. But somebody sent some black American females to be beating me up, high school student, and they were kicking me. They were just using their leg. They were kicking me. I was running helter skelter close to December near the Brooklyn Stadium, basketball stadium, the Net Stadium. So I ran into a white guy's shop, and he gave me shelter, and the black American female invaded the store, broke down the store, so he called 911. And the police came, and he told them he needs a police report to file insurance. The police said, no police report for this case. I said, why police? They said, you shut up. And they told the black American kids to go to their house, and they told me to leave also. So the NYPD has gone rogue. They're helping a black American gang to abuse Africans for possible, because I sued the NYPD, and the NYPD went ahead and killed every guarder. So they believe, now it's time to get me through any means. So their secret is forever safe. And the FBI refused to assist me to arrest the Arizona killer. So now there's a killer black American gang attacking me. And my mother's daughter also killed her for insurance fraud. Feigned mental illness on my mother while my mother was having a heart attack and getting treated in Bellevue Hospital. My mother was telling me about it. Their daughters are part of a gang, and she believed the gang is into insurance fraud. And they were trying to kill her for insurance fraud money. And within weeks, while my mother was in a hospital, Bellevue Hospital, the daughters came from Pennsylvania. They arrived here from Pennsylvania, where they now live, and told the hospital to move on to psych ward. And they were provoking my mother, getting my mother to get angry. They were setting her up so the hospital would think she's just a crazy foreign lady that's angry. And they told the hospital to lock her up. Because my mother says she doesn't want to have a surgery done in the U.S. She'd rather have it done in Israel. She wants to go pray in Israel first. My mother was a health worker in the U.S., but she said she preferred Israel. And because of that, my mother's always had it in her medical records prior to her death for 12 years. In 2003, she had a first heart attack, and she told the hospital, it was the Cornell Hospital in 2003, that she doesn't want to have a surgery. She prefers to go and pray to God to heal her. Aortic dissection. And then she traveled outside the U.S. to pray, came back to America. The aortic dissection was gone. Then in 2015, she had another heart problem. So she went to the hospital, and this time Bellevue Hospital, another city hospital, which they put in a record that she doesn't do surgery due to her religion. And she said if she's ever going to have surgery done, she has to pray first, and the prayer doesn't work, they should do the surgery in Israel. And the daughters were provoking her. She didn't even tell the daughters the location of the hospital she was in. The daughters was able to find out through whatever means. They said they're part of a gang. And they invaded the hospital, and they were provoking her to make her look crazy and angry, and told the hospital to lock her up. That she's an angry, bitter woman. And the hospital locked her up in the psych ward. As they were transferred to the psych ward in Bellevue, she was killed because my mother didn't want to go into the hospital. She believed our rights was being invaded because she was a health worker, and she knows the hospital has no right to do that. She already passed the mental test. And the FBI and the police wouldn't help me arrest the daughters. So I guess because of my immigration arrest record, I'm being treated like a border cheat. So FIFA, please, unless the U.S. government takes this serious to provide security for foreigners, please be aware of the security threat. So I'm being bombarded. That Spanish people are joining in, whites are joining. I'm getting jumped everywhere, and people are waving me bye forever. So please, the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, bring your federal agent to Brooklyn. It's not safe in front of the Macy's. They're attacking people, and all of the customers to Macy's. They're not going to be safe either, because some of the people go to shop, carrying expensive bags and think it's safe. It's not safe. It's on Fulton, from Brooklyn Law School, Quad Street area, Fulton, to down here where Long Island University is, and McDonald's, Fulton, Flatbush. Fulton, Flatbush to Fulton, Quad Street. Quad Street, Fulton is down this way, and Fulton, Flatbush is down this way. The whole land, as soon as it's nighttime, 6 p.m., these black American kids are jumping people. And they try to run you over because they hate you. And as a black American basketball player, Damon Lillard, I was attacked like that in a guerrilla tactic. They're using guerrilla tactic. All of a sudden, they attacked me near the Brooklyn basketball stadium. And these females were kicking me. They were high school kids, black Americans, were kicking me with their leg. And I ran. They chased me in front of moving buses and cars were swerving. Almost hit us. I don't know what kind of drugs they're feeding these kids. They look like they might be on drugs. There was all female gang. So I ran into a white guy's store, and the guy was protecting me, and they destroyed the store. They were carrying iron pipes. They were about to lynch me. There's a law introduced, I think, introduced by Kamala Harris when she was the U.S. Senator, and Emmett Till Antilynching law of 2022. Please, you gotta apply this law. Some black Americans, that law is supposed to protect black Americans from being lynched, but now some black American gangs are trying to use little kids to lynch a black African foreigner. So there's laws on ground to handle this. Please send your U.S. federal agents here. Investigate this Damon Lillard guy. So back to 2021, when I was jumped, as soon as Eric Adams was appointed mayor, won the election, it looks like a calculated attack, because they felt if Eric Adams is mayor as a black American, they could harm me in December. Eric Adams was already hit the ground running, or already acting as the mayor, even though de Blasio term doesn't come to an end in January. So they believe they'll get away with murder on Eric Adams. I believe this black American guy knew he was xenophobic, or so he wasn't going to help me as an African. So they were trying to kill me in December. So this black female gang, high school student, like they're in senior high school, high school student, they were kicking me with their legs. And I ran into a store, crossed the Atlantic Avenue. That's I believe in front of in front of Barclays Stadium, around that area. So I crossed the street. Boom. I crossed the street, ran into a store, you know, and the kids chased me. They were high school students, probably like 15, 16, and they were still, then they damaged some part of the store. The store went up, called 911. And the police came and told the store owner they're not going to give a police report. They were covering up the crime, because they knew Eric Adams was going to be mayor next month, and the attempted murder will continue on me, so they didn't want it to be any proof. They just wanted to make it look like an accident. Like, nobody sent nobody to kill this person. This person died while fighting little kids, probably a crazy homeless. And this Eric Adams said, his administration, they're going to be removing homeless from the streets, that a lot of them are crazy. So it was adding to them patterns, trying to say you call a dog a bad name if you're trying to kill it. And I heard the FBI now has a team investigating drug abuse, but they wouldn't investigate abuse of a foreigner. My friend had gone killed trying to help me, my mother, in 2014 with our court papers against the police, got killed. My mother was killed by daughters a year later, 2015. But I said the FBI now has a dog abuse team to help stop dog abuse. So this is how they value the lives of foreigners. So FIFA, I hope you don't play the world. So they need to bring their federal agents in front of Macy's, deploy them undercover, and help save the life of these black kids being hired by black American guy. And it's a basketball player, rapper. I think maybe he's doing this to celebrate his own music, because rap music is all about violence. And I guess he hopes to sell more record if it can be found linked to the attack on an African. So as soon as the black American kids attacked me in 2021, later on he posted a creepy message saying, congratulations, congratulations. I forgot I've posted other videos, Thunderlegs. Yeah, I posted other videos which I made mention. It said, congratulations, Thunderlegs. It says sometimes people that are member of gang talk in codes. Even the FBI has to try to do how to try to interpret the codes. Even the rap music, I say love the rappers. Like there's an Atlanta rapper now, Young Thug. I don't know the names of this rapper so good, so I may be saying the wrong thing. They said, he was rapping about killing somebody, and they found out the rap lyrics coincide with the killing. Allegedly, I don't know if it's Young Thug. There's a rapper, I said that's the problem in court now. Like, do people have a freedom of speech right? Or if they're talking about a crime, can they be arrested? So I used to hide under a Thunder VPN, because I was noticing videos that I record like this were disappearing anytime from my phone. I didn't know who was taking them. So I downloaded a Thunder VPN from my Play Store, a Google Play Store. So I was hiding under a Thunder VPN. So when I got beat up, this black American rapper, Damon Lillard, said, I congratulated a female basketball player, saying, congratulations, Thunderleg. So thunder leg is like a term, a phrase, a coin. That's not American English. That's not English anywhere. Thunder legs, you know. So so that was like it was. I was following his account on Instagram and on Twitter. So I think I was talking in code so I could understand it. I was making fun of how I got beat up by these black American kids and they almost killed me. And the abuse continues. And my mother was saying her daughter Bolani was looking for someone to marry her. She couldn't find nobody. So I don't know if this gang is promising her marriage, if they can kill one more African and they can get the money. So I'm like, I think I'm a prize because I'm potentially worth a lot of money. The U.S. immigration arrested me wrongfully in 2000. The U.S. immigration should have done that because before they arrested him in 1998, there was a similar case of Elan Gonzalez. Came here, but his mother died on the way here, and it was here, so he wanted to stay. His cousins wanted to, his mother's family wanted to keep him in Miami. They said his father was abusive, but the U.S. Marshals when I got a court order to send him back to Cuba. They said U.S. is a signatory to international law that said parents cannot be separated from the child. And the whole one match, even the TV stations in Africa carried it live. It was so, they said it was such a sad story. 2 years later, I came here with my mother. She had a green card, and JFK was arrested, separated from my mother. I was 19, even though under U.S. immigration law, anyone under 21 is considered a child. And they handcuffed me, said children are not welcome with green card holders under our status. So they said that status doesn't have derivative status. Even though I had a green card stay on my PS when they arrested me, for so many years, I suffered. My mother spent all her money paying for immigration. She had to hire 5 different immigration lawyers. The immigration lawyers didn't like me. As an African, I'm also transgenders, and some of them told me, you sound like you're gay. So my mother had to hire 5 different lawyers. It was like I killed somebody or something. And she always remarked that. So you didn't kill nobody. Why I gotta hire 5 lawyers? So you U.S. government, stop this. Stop this genocide. Please arrest these people. Ariana died. My mother died. Black American kids jumping us. And the MTA also, issued a rule saying I can't bring strollers into the subway anymore. The police should be arresting me. This month, the police was following me around. I was at Rockefeller Center, with my stroller. Some black Americans were following me on the subway at West 4th Street. So I got on the F train, got off at Rockefeller Center, Manhattan platform. There was 2 police standing there. And they were watching. I went to record them. So I got on the elevator, and I crossed over to the Brooklyn bound side, and I went to record them. They were already gone. So please look at the camera this morning between 5 a.m. and 7 a.m. Rockefeller Center, as I got off the train, as Rockefeller Center, the F train. I believe it's called 50th Street. I believe it's called Rockefeller Center, 50th Street. Manhattan platform going to Queens. 2 police officers. They were standing guard, and I had to walk between them. Some black Americans were taunting me saying, get well soon. As soon as they saw me with my stroller at the Atlantic Station, train station, a tall black American guy, the MTA worker, said, get well soon. I was laughing. So I think they said the MTA president said, starting this year, if they see somebody with a stroller, the police has to arrest them. Said they don't want stroller unless you have a baby. Which is against the New York law that says you can't discriminate against someone that doesn't have a baby. It's called you can't discriminate based on familial status. And that MTA president, I think his name is Davey. I don't know their names, so I may be wrong. Doesn't mean I'm crazy. I don't know the names of all these people. There's just so many of them. That possible suspects. From Eric Adams to not deny me shelter and leave him on the street. I have a green card. I said he's denying Africans shelter. Said, a lot of Africans are on the street like I'm on the street. What's up? And even though I have a green card, it's only letting the black Americans into shelter. Even the Brooklyn Supreme Court said people like me that were vacated, we have a special status and we should be given hotel room, not just a shelter, a hotel room. We should be given Section 8. I've reached out to Eric Adams. He knows the right procedure. Last year, black Americans that were vacated, they put them in hotel room. And I contacted him last year also. There was a Bronx fire, and he visited the fire and put them in a hotel room right away, the black Americans in the Bronx fire, and gave them money. So I contacted Eric Adams on the social media trial last year, refused to respond to me to give me a hotel room. So he knows the right procedure, and he could be charged with reckless endangerment. Because when you're aware of what the right thing to do, but because I'm an African Nigerian and you refuse to help me, only helping Black Americans, why is the FBI not arresting him? So the MTA president joined in. His name is Davey. This year, he started creating rules that if they see you with a stroller, not a baby, the police have to arrest you. So some Black American workers were following me around, got on the D train with me this morning on the way to West 4th Street. And one of them was saying, get well soon. I'm like, I'm not sick. Why is he saying this? And when I got off at West 4th and got on the F train, they got on with me on the F train. So I got off at Rockefeller Center, 50th Street. There's some police already there. To the elevator, as I was walking to the elevator. I'd asked the Black American workers, as I saw they were following, I said, do you know where the elevator is? I'm trying to get off at the station where there's an elevator. They told me they don't know where the elevator is. So I got on the F train to go to 50th Street because the elevator at the West 4th, the Brooklyn Bound elevator has been cut off. They're destroying all the elevators, saying they're repairing all the elevators. So I can't find elevators. Sometimes when I carry my bag down the staircase, I fall down the staircase. So it's like a Home Alone movie whereby this young kid in the 1990s, there was a Home Alone movie made whereby this kid was acting, setting people up to fall down. So that's what they're doing to me on the subway, which is against federal law. That's terrorism. A Black American that was shooting people last year in the subway, they arrested him. He's not serving life in prison. So the MTA president set me up before he left. He said they should be arresting people that come with strollers starting this year. So no, unless you have a baby, which is against New York law that says you can't discriminate against somebody because they don't have a baby. And they're trying to force me to have a baby. I'm single. I'm a transsexual. I don't want to have a baby. So they said they should be arresting people like us. I see people that have a baby carry their bag and the baby on stroller. They don't bother them. But it's been the police following them around because